Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Soul Bliss. Whenever I pray, I find God with me. Sometimes He tells me things that are astonishing. All the complexities of existence are gone. In the simplicity of just pure knowing, I find His presence. Thoughts are rivers flowing from the reservoir of spirit. To connect your life with spirit is the most important duty. People think God doesn't respond to their prayers because they don't understand that God sometimes answers differently from what they expect or ask for. He will not always answer according to their wishes until they have fulfilled His desire for their perfection. Once I was riding in a car and God showed me the future. When all the present occupants of the houses we were passing were gone, they had been so certain of this life. God said, I didn't create this world just for people to indulge in human emotions. I created temptations to see if my children would instead be tempted to seek me, their Creator. That experience was so satisfying. I saw that all the responsibility belongs to God. He knows that He got us into this trouble. We think God is invisible. When we see a watch, we know it was made by someone somewhere. Now the little watch of this universe with sun, moon, stars, the earth and so on. How was it made and by whom? You just chew your food, but some intelligence in the body converts it into all the elements the body needs. Who gave you air to breathe and who created the relationship between air, life and body? God. How can you doubt Him? He is present behind everything. Him whom I looked for in the clouds and everywhere. I find in every motion of my body and enthroned on the stillness of my mind. Whenever I want to know something, God talks to me, He guides me or tells me what to say, or people tell me things and I suddenly realize it is He who is talking to me through them. When I conducted the service last Sunday, as soon as I prayed, He came as a great light before me. They said I gave one of my best lectures that day. Then came the afternoon class and finally the evening lecture. Everyone thought I would be tired and would leave then. But we sat down and meditated until 1 a.m. I was as fresh and wide awake as if I had just had a good sleep. For about 15 days now, I have had very little sleep. His light sustains me. God stands at the door of your consciousness. These are some of the experiences I am having. They are real and they begin to multiply when you know God is with you. He will not give such experiences just to attract you, but only when you convince Him that you refuse anything less than proof of His presence. It isn't that He is partial to me. He would do wonderful things for you if you would only love Him. He loves all. He stands at the door of your consciousness, but you will not let Him in. I am seeing increasingly that He is seeking us far more than we are seeking Him. He is not indifferent to us. We are indifferent to Him. So you must seek Him sincerely with great intensity of mind. You may think He is not answering you, and that is when most people become discouraged and stop, but it is He who has kept you going that far, and you must not give up. When doubt comes, say, well, how am I moving my hands? How is my digestion working? How does my breath ebb and flow? He must be there. He is there. Since you are so dependent upon that power, why not turn to that power? When you are persistent every day in showing that you love Him above all things, then whenever you wish anything, it will happen. God yearns for our love. I asked God why He made this creation. Was it necessary for you? He answered, no, but I had no one to share my joy. And so he became the creator, but with one condition: he would impose on himself the same yearning and seeking that he imposes on his creatures. Everyone is seeking something for the happiness he hopes it will give. But people don't find true happiness because every avenue of material gain ends in a blind alley. You want a thing only until you have it. When you get it, the pleasure diminishes until the joy is gone. Most people think there is nothing more to life than to be born, to marry, to produce children, to make money, to grasp at elusive pleasures, and to die. But that is not so. God says, I have imposed the same difficulty on myself as on my children. As they are not finding fulfillment, so have I not found what I want. And what is God longing for? Our love, our attention. He has made it very difficult for himself because he gave man free will to seek him or reject him. He says, I am pursuing every heart, waiting for my children to spurn my creation and turn toward me. What a grand thought to realize that he has imposed on himself the same exile that he has imposed on us, that God is seeking something too, our love. When we talk of God, many people think of a venerable being sitting on a throne in the remoteness of heaven. They reason, how can I feel love for this unknown God? Let us eat, drink, and be merry now, but behind every rose bush of pleasure is a rattlesnake of unhappiness. There is no permanent pleasure in the world. Your body may be beautiful, but suddenly disease comes and nothing can heal it. You may be very wealthy, but then the stock market crashes and you lose everything. Why should we suffer these disappointments? Well, God is similarly disappointed because He wants us and we have denied Him our love. And unless we choose to go to Him willingly, He cannot free us or Himself from suffering. For a little while, you can be happy with worldly things, but inside there is a void. Everything bores you in time. I realized that even in my childhood, I envisioned myself in every kind of situation. And when I could not picture an experience for myself, I looked at someone else who lived that life which I thought seemed nice, and I saw unhappiness and discontent. That is why I didn't get caught in any of those traps. I saw that somebody is using our hearts to enjoy things and to love others, but then he takes away that object of our love, as in death, or suddenly the love grows stale and is gone. Where is that love? It is God playing hide and seek with us. It is He whom we should seek. I don't bow to a God we have to fear. I say, Thou art nearest of the near, dearest of the dear, closer than the closest. I tell Him anything that is on my mind, and He answers me. Who else could love like that? He was always behind me, knocking at the gates of my life, waiting to get in. I found that no matter what I had sought in this world, through incarnations, it was He whom I really sought. Every time I satisfied a desire, there was no joy in it anymore. Our foundest, blindest, weakest, I am He whom thou seekest. I means that joy eternal, God. In the desire for money, sex, human love, people are really seeking but one thing, happiness, and that is God. I remain drunk with that happiness day and night. It is not an abstract state of mind. That happiness can talk to you. It is just behind the ether out of which all creation sprang. That happiness is God, and it is folly to seek or limit your love to anything else. Please like the video, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Hare Krishna.